What's going on, guys? BriarRabbit here. This is the rom-com. I have my special guest,
Janice.
That's right. This is a video that we like to do once a week, but only end up doing about once a month at this point. Where we get together and we just have a good time, talk a little bit, and kind of describe what's going on in our lives. So the big thing that's going on in our lives right now is what?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, the wedding is less than 2 weeks away. Yesterday it was 2 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, I mean, it is occupying up all our time, isn't it?
It's the big stretch right now.
It is. It's we're down to the wire. Like just the final details all have to come together. Jan is about ready to pull out her hair. You can see she's all made up today. She actually had her, what was it called? It was like kind of a makeup appointment.
Yeah, it was. We had to try different hairdos and makeup and just see how I'm gonna wear my face and hair for the wedding. So
Yeah.
it was like a run through, a practice session.
It came out pretty good, I thought. What'd you think?
It was fun.
It was
to
fun?
just go and have them like pamper you and try different things and find out just what I like and.
Sounds like torture to me. I can't even sit.
It was fun.
I can't sit down for 15 minutes to get a haircut.
And it took me like, let's see, almost 3 hours.
It took 3 hours?
3 hours.
Oh my god.
The makeup was the longest. They
They actually apply it with an airbrush,
yeah,
right?
airbrush makeup. It's incredible. They just close your eyes, you hold your breath, and they spray it all over your face. And
That's great. You were telling me that they have a booth too that you like stick your face into, and it just does it like automatically.
No. That's the spray tan.
Oh, that's the spray tan.
Spray
I thought
tan.
that was makeup.
No.
Oh,
That'd
would
be
be
cool.
cooler.
That'd be like George Jetson era, right
Well, you can see why I was impressed by this make-believe technology. So yeah, I mean, we've got pretty much all the wide stuff done, right? It's just like down to the final details. Jan had to get her shoes done today, and you know, it's like these little details. You actually went and got fabric for under the candy jars, which why we have to give gifts to people we were spending like $150 a piece on for dinner is beyond me. Like, it just does not make sense. But apparently you got to give gifts to everybody
That's what
who
you
comes
do
to
at
your
a
wedding. Like,
so.
giving them a $150 dinner is not gift enough.
Well, you know.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Weddings, to me, it's an incredibly expensive undertaking, right? And it's mind-boggling. There's no one point where you sit here and say, this guy is ripping me off. But over the course of time, everybody must be doing it because there's no way this party could cost this much money. Like, it's just unfreaking real.
I know. It doesn't make sense. All these services and just things you're getting from vendors. The minute you put the word bridal or wedding to the service, the price goes up.
You know, it reminds me of when I first started getting into motorcycling, right? And like, I think, okay, I need a leather jacket for riding my motorcycle because, you know, for protection and to block the, block the wind.
Protection.
So, you know, you think, okay, how much is a leather jacket going to cost me? Around $100. And then you go out and they start at $400. You're like, why are these leather jackets so expensive? Oh, well, they got to be custom for a motorcycle. They got to have elbow padding and shoulder padding and ventilation. And, like, so that's like a 4X markup. And that's that's true with everything you buy that has to do with a motorcycle and everything you do that has to do with a wedding. It's like, there's just this enormous markup. Like, some things you've got around, and you've done a really good job about it, like the florist. Like, you've done it really... We were looking at about $2,500 in flowers, and Jan's got it down to about $650. But still, that's $650 worth of flowers.
That are going to die.
You're not going to see them the next day. Like, they're just gone. Like, these are all things that you're buying, and you're spending a huge amount of money on that are just gone. You might see pictures of them, that's it. And it's... I don't know, that's mind-boggling to me. It's probably the, there's other things that we gotta spend money on these days, right? You know, we both want a new bed. Boys want new baseball bats. You know, college is on the horizon. You know, that's a big nut to crack. You know, just summer camp is a big nut to crack. You want to pay for that kind of stuff. So to spend all this money on a party, it's hard to rationalize.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And then you start thinking, like, is this for us or for the guests? And it really is for us and the guests. It's not us or them. you know?
I don't know. To me, it feels like it's for the guests.
It's not.
You know, I bet I've said 100 times since we got engaged, like, you know, let's just do it. Let's go tonight. You know, we can get married tonight. And it can be over. Like, we don't have to worry about any of this bullshit. We can be married now. In fact, I bet I've told this story on this channel before, but if I could do it all over again, when I proposed to Jan, I would have had a justice of the peace hiding in the closet. Gotten down on one knee, said, "Will you marry me?" Yes? Great. Here's the justice of the peace. Here's the forms you gotta sign. Let's do it.
If you knew then what you know now, would you really have done that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind I would have absolutely done that. I would have.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Because without a doubt, the biggest stress of my life, and this is, you got to, coming from my perspective, right, is moving in with you, having 2 kids, you know, your father-in-law being, you know, part of this, or my new father-in-law, your father being part of this mix. All of this stuff are big stress events. You know, learning to take care of 2 children is not easy. I was a child. I still am a child. You know, I have a video gaming channel on YouTube. I am a child. So, like, you know, learning to deal with children, learning how to, like, father children, that's a big stress event. But nothing has caused more stress in my life than planning this wedding.
I have never been so stressed in my life.
You know, it's about the same amount of money as putting a down payment on a house. But when you come out the other side,
you don't have a house to
you
live
don't have
in.
a house. You have pictures and a ring around your finger. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not the idea of getting married. I'm really excited about getting married. I can't wait for that part. I can't wait for the ceremony. I can't wait for the honeymoon. I can't wait for being married, right? Never having to say my fiance again. Being able to say my wife. Like, I'm super excited about that. I can't wait. But the wedding, the actual party, the reception, that is the thing. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
For those of you out there considering whether to do a ceremony and reception versus eloping.
Oh, elope. Totally, man. Elope. I heard the best idea, our photographer, actually, who I'm super impressed with. Of all the money we've spent so far, our photographer is by far most worth the money we've spent. He was telling us a story of how this couple went into the woods with their photographer, the justice of the peace, and that's it.
Yeah.
And got married there. Like, I was like, why didn't I think of that? It's like so romantic, so personal. You know, this isn't, getting married isn't about like your family or your friends or like putting on this big impressive show. It's about making a commitment to somebody you love. But this, oh man, it's tough. It's tough to rationalize. As you can see, I'm still dealing with it.
I don't think he'll ever be over it.
I don't know if I ever will.
I don't think so.
Like, I mean, there's so many things I would have done differently. But one of those things definitely wouldn't be, I wouldn't change, would be proposing to you. Definitely. I definitely would have still done that. But there would have been a justice of the peace hiding in the closet. If you could change anything, what would you change? Like, starting from, I mean, I assume you'd still say yes, so starting from that moment, is there anything you'd change? Or is this pretty much going according to plan?
No, I mean, as far as if we were to do a wedding, this is going how I would want the wedding to go. But if I could change doing a wedding versus elope, I would choose elope.
You would?
Now, looking back,
Because we could do it right now. We can stop this video. Literally, we have a marriage license. We could literally just drive to Southington and get that guy to sign it. We're done.
Well, my shoes though aren't in back. They're not back from.
But we don't need
signed.
Shoes or a wedding
my
dress.
My shoes. I don't have my shoes for my dress.
That's all just bullshit, hon. That's like the dressing on top of the
Can I wear my
potatoes.
Dress, though?
Yeah.
Barefoot.
Sure. I think that'd be cool.
What would you wear?
I don't care. I'll wear what I'm wearing now. Gold chains and all. Some versus All-Stars, we'll do it.
Okay. So maybe, the next rom-com you'll hear that we decided to cancel.
She's not going to let me do this. She's totally she's
thing
entertaining me just because we're on camera right now. As soon as this camera comes off, we're in trouble. I'm in trouble.
No. You're not in trouble.
So, today, I actually got to spend some time outside. And this is the first time I spent outside in, 5 months?
It's because we lock them in the office.
This happens. That's not true. I actually choose to spend a lot of time here. I really enjoy it. But it's it's been New England winter. It's been a rainy spring. May rained a ton.
It's raining right now.
And I actually have a weekend job where I take pictures like sports photography. And by sports photography, I'm not talking about action photos of NFL. What I'm talking about is like little league, like baseball cards kind of stuff, which I really enjoy. It gets me outside. I get to play with the camera. I love anything that has a power button. Basically, I just am a nerd like that. And I really like this job, and you just spending some time outside. It always feels like I've always had this like theory that I'm like a rechargeable battery, like that I have like a solar panel, right? And that like over the winter time, I'm just like constantly drawing on that battery. And by the end of the winter, I'm almost out of juice. And then finally spring comes, you get to go back outside, and you just, boom, you're back to life. You feel recharged. You get that. You get a spring in your step. I don't know. I think other people feel this way. I don't think I'm alone. Mm-hmm. I've heard it called like seasonal defective disorder, but I don't know if that's so much what I have. It's just it's gray and depressing. I don't know. You ever feel that way? You got to spend some time outside today? Did you feel like you're kind of getting refreshed?
Yeah. What does it for me is smells.
Smells.
Like I'm very sensitive to smells and like the changes of smells in the air with the seasons.
Sure, you get to see like the buds popping in
susceptible
and,
to that.
Flowers start to come out. Sure,
yeah,
I can see that.
Fall smells different than spring, and spring smells different than summer.
Yeah, it was like 70 degrees today. It just felt good. I feel like I got a little sunburn on my nose. Loving it.
You got a little color on your nose.
So all right, so every time we do a rom-com, Jan likes to ask some ridiculously impossible question. What do you got for me this week?
So, a couple months ago, this actually happened. It was in the news.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to put it in a scenario for you.
Yeah.
You go to the ATM to take out money.
Yeah.
This chair is making a farting noise.
That's not the chair.
Sorry. You go to the ATM to take out money, and you put in your code, and you want to withdraw $200. But the next thing you know, it's spitting out $37,000.
Yeah, baby. Now we're talking. That's like winning the lotto right there.
What do you do? Like, do you take the money and run for it? I mean, it's not marked money.
Yeah.
The ATM
well, you're on camera.
Yeah, but the ATM's making the mistake, and it's it's coming out for you.
They don't care. By law, they're watching you on camera to collect that money. They're going to know exactly.
Wasn't there, though?
Oh, yeah, I'm totally taking that money. I mean, taking money from I like to think that I'm a fairly, honest person and would do the right thing, but banks don't have a whole lot of credit in my book. They don't. I never felt like a banker helped me out, Mm-hmm. I never have felt that in my entire life. If I felt like I could do it and get away with it, I gotta say, it'd be hard for me to say no to that impulse.
Mm-hmm.
I might feel bad about it an hour later and probably spend the next year or so wondering if they're gonna catch me. But man, it'd be hard to fight that impulse. That immediate impulse of like, holy crap, this thing gave me $37,000. I'm out of here.
Would you wait to spend it? While you feel like they're coming after you?
Yeah, what do you do with that money, right? You'd almost have to like mattress it because you can't put it back into a bank.
You can't.
Yeah, it'd be a tough one.
But it's unmarked. They don't know.
You can't spend it though because they can track that too. I guess it's hard for them to track cash though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably mattress it for the time being. That way, if somebody came after me, at least I could. Oh yeah, I totally got that. I thought it was a bank mistake. Here, you can have it back.
I thought I had $37,000 in that account.
I swear to God, I had $37,000 in that account.
Well, what had happened was it was a homeless man. Homeless, but he had an ATM card, and he went to withdraw money, and he got $37,000. So he grabbed a grocery cart and started filling the cart with the money.
Yeah.
And
they caught him, obviously.
Somebody saw him with the cart full of money and called the cops. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gotten him.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of dickhead turns that guy in?
I don't know.
Son of a bitch.
So it got me thinking, like, what do you do in that situation?
Apparently you put it in a plastic bag so some dickhead seeing you doesn't turn you into the cops.
Dickhead.
So I was going to ask you a question, but I kind of used it already while we were talking about the wedding, so.
Oh, about what I would do.
Yeah, what you would do differently. I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I don't think you'd elope. I think this is the dream wedding you always thought of.
No, you know what? I was never one of those girls that, like, dreamt about my wedding. No.
Ow, that hurt.
Good.
All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap this one up before I get into any more trouble.
He's already in enough.
We better end this video. Thanks for watching. Jan, say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and hit the like button.
Oh, isn't that sweet? You got to hit the like button for that. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.